Hi everybody. I want to talk to you today about the narcissist and money. The narcissist relationship to money. My grandmother had always wanted me to have her jewelry. It was a jewelry collection that was passed down through the family, and from female heir to female heir. And it was always, known you weren't supposed to liquidate it. You were supposed to keep it and pass it down. And so I had always, it had always been a conversation even with my parents that this was going to come to me. And my grandmother talked about it all my life. And then when she died in 2004, they kept it. And I kept, as I do, the eternal optimist, I kept thinking, oh, they're just going to keep it for a while, or something. But about the 10th anniversary of them, after they had it for 10 years, in 2014, I asked for it and never got a response. There were a few different things that happened, like during my divorce, where they were actually trying to financially benefit from my divorce. What it felt like to me is that they were very keep up with the Joneses, sort of, and I think I also felt like they competed with each other. Like if one of them spent money on something, and then the other one wanted to spend money on something, and they kind of had this rivalry. I never wanted for anything monetarily growing up. Desire to earn my own money, and I don't remember ever having. I don't have any recollections of ever asking them for money, never once, or having them give me some money, like give me $20 to go to the movies. I don't remember that ever happening. It always worked. I started cleaning businesses or cleaning up stalls, horse stalls, or things like that when I was too young to have a regular job. And then at 15 and a half, when I could get a work permit, I got a job in a men's clothing store, and I have been working ever since. After I was 21, that was it. I never had another dime from them since I was 21, except for my wedding. And I told this story in one of my videos about when the wedding came along, and I asked my mom if can I have a smaller wedding, and then could we maybe have the rest of the money to put down on a house? And she was like, no. If I'm paying the money, I want a party. Son's girlfriend finally had just been so sick and tired of being emotionally abused where she was that she left home and moved in with us. But never has her mother ever called to say thank you, ever called to ask if I needed it, never offered any money. Would you like some help with groceries? Would you like, some help? Never offered us a dime. Never said thank you. Never anything. So the other day, yesterday, she had to go to the dentist, and now this girl has been, she really has. Her mom has done the classic thing of really trying to hold on to her, like trying to disable her so that she couldn't leave, undermined her, told her that she had this or that wrong with her, wouldn't be able to go out and do anything like drive a car or get a bank account or hold down a job or ever anything like that. But that she'll say that on the one hand, and on the other hand, she's not helping her out financially at all with anything. So she's enrolled in courses at a community college, and her mom isn't helping her, even though she's not living in her house. It says she doesn't have any expenses. Her mom's not paying for not helping her out with any college, not helping her out with any books. So she had to go to the dentist yesterday. She was just about to get Novocaine shot or something, and her mom busted in and basically took her out of there without getting cavities filled because she needed to know how she was going to pay for it. Always talking about her, making his social appearances and what are people going to think. Well, she had apparently debriefed her daughter on the way to the dentist about not telling anybody about moving out, not telling anyone that that she'd moved out of the house and all that kind of stuff, because they knew people there, and those people knew people, and she didn't want anybody to think there was any kind of conflicts in their family or anything like that. And it was so bogus because I'm thinking the girl's 18. There's nothing shameful about her moving out of the house, but what is shameful is her mother bursting into the dentist and pulling her out of the chair and saying she's not going to pay for her to get her cavities filled. She called up and it was insisting that she go out to dinner with her, and she was going to make her pay for her own dinner. She didn't see how wrong that was. She goes, oh, she's trying to teach me financial independence. I'm like, see that it has to do with control. And that while her mom, is her mom's mad at her for moving out. So even though she's saving all that money from her moving out, she's not willing to spend any of that money on taking care of her. It's like she's basically saying, my hands are washed of you or something, because you aren't letting me control and manipulate you. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the whole narcissistic mother thing. I'll do that on another episode. But this financial thing, I just want to talk about that. Now let's get to the other one. The biggie was my ex-husband. Oh, of course, he is the worst financial abuser of all. Now the funny thing is that I didn't see any of this. I didn't see anything about him and money at all. Our entire marriage, except for because we were poor. We didn't have any money. I saw him in completely the wrong light. I mean, I projected onto him, I guess, who I wanted him to be. We lived modestly. Well, what I didn't realize was how much this was killing him. I mean, I didn't realize that how I was never humiliated or embarrassed by our modest lifestyle. Like when we first started out in this little grungy house and worked our way up and stuff. But in retrospect, I see now that he just hated it. That he was really humiliated by our modest circumstances when we first got married. And whereas I thought of it as an adventure. We were young, we were in it together. It was like, this is going to be great when we make it big one day. We'll have this to look back on, and we'll know where we came from. Sam Vaknin talks about malignant optimism, and oh my gosh, I am the poster child for malignant optimism. And I married potential, and I was all about potential. In many ways, I was right, because he did become very successful. Of course, the more successful he got, the worse it was for me. But he did become very successful ultimately. And it completely changed him. Once we started getting money, there was a whole different person that came around. So the more money we had, the less I could have. You know, when we didn't have very much money, he was totally willing to share it all. You know, he wasn't worried about that at all. But as soon as there was a lot of money, he didn't want me to have a dime. You know, being all caring about what other people think and stuff, but not like not wanting to spend much money on our kids. I was the limit when it came to legal abuse. He would pay for all kinds of litigation and lawyers. I mean, the amount of money that he wasted on lawyers, you know, taking me to court, it was just outrageous. We easily educated his lawyers' kids, put them all through college just on our divorce alone and our custody stuff alone. When my son went into treatment, he was in this expensive, he was so poor he couldn't pay a dime of treatment cost. And then, you know, like, no, it's like all this care about what other people think, but then not having any shame about acting like you're too poor to pay child support. You know, all this stuff that he claimed that his dad did, he went on to do like 100-fold to me. He married someone that he didn't need him financially. She'd been a gold digger in her own right, and so she had she'd, you know, extorted her husband for lots of money in their divorce, and she was financially set up, didn't need my ex's money, and her 3 kids didn't need any financial support from him either. You know, that was perfect for him. He could play the whole daddy role without having to be at all financially responsible for them. He has like a boat, and he has, you know, lots of toys. He has like sports cars and boats and things parked in his garages. You know, toys for himself. Stingy about what he wants to give to anybody else. Definitely have the scarcity mentality. But one thing is for sure, that when it comes to money, for a narcissist, it appears that money is a license to do whatever they want. It is a license to break any kind of rules, and they're completely entitled. They feel there's no limit to what they feel entitled to.